I give you a resume of the candidate. You basically engage the client. You talk to the client. I'll give you the client also. You talk to the client, and then you basically submit his resume to the client. There's a lot of follow-up. You have to talk to him. You have to tell him, good salient features of the candidate, whatever, and then eventually, he will, take the resume and forward it to the hiring manager within the company, and that's when you will, or after a week or so, will get the interview call. This really is there's a lot of work involved here. It seems easy, but once you start working, then you realize it's something you learn on the first day. Don't worry about it. But we gauge it, how many times you call the client, whether you have followed up properly. We can check all your emails, we can check your calls, we can guide you whether you're talking to the client properly. That is also an issue. Whether you're using proper American accent, things like that. All these things matter. Again, at the end of the day, you're engaging a client and doing something which is more direct in nature. Again, at the end of the day, you'll be seen on call, you'll be talking to the people on the phone and over the email, but no, it's more like a direct thing. Whatever direct component is, whatever meeting component is, I'll be conducting that. When we engage people, they work in these 5 bands. This is the first one. I'll explain. In a telecalling job, it's very easy to see what the guy is doing. We can simply just see whether the guy is wasting time or not, whether he's achieving his targets. If he's making a call, there is no way we can check whether he's making an effective call or not. But if he's selling the credit cards, we are fine. He can sell 10. One guy could be selling 10 credit cards in a day. The other guy could be selling only 0. There is an easy way to gauge. But we are not selling credit cards. It happens only after 3 or 4 months when you actually sell something for us. Okay? Good performance can sell within a month. Actually, there is a guy who made a sale for us. We'll talk about him also, so that you guys know that how soon can you make a sale. But that's the ideal scenario. Maybe I don't know, one-off scenario. Maybe I don't know what is the thing here. But let's get back to what I want to teach. First band. Typically, the guy will start with whatever attitude, but very soon he'll figure out there is nobody watching you, because there is no way I can watch you. There is no way I can teach you. You must go to the client side and meet with the client and make sure that you get the big credit card contract. Right? He will never, there is no way. So he will start to sleep in the office. Listen, after a month I'll go, then they will. Or they'll sleep right here. Or they'll sleep downstairs. Or they'll sleep in the car. Not coming to the office. They start to figure out ways of, बहन बीमार हुई है, मुझे छुट्टी लेनी है. ठीक है? So till you get into a high performance mode, we're totally against these things. That is one thing that I'm totally against. Till you actually start performing, be able to do what we need you to do, like close the sales. You're complete. So this is one band. I don't know how to really handle it. This is the best idea I could get, that it is totally prohibited. But let's see. It's not that these are not hard and fast rules again. Second band. They are sitting on the computer, but they are doing Facebooking and YouTubing and doing research on their own. They are looking for any kind of thing, whatever. That doesn't work to our advantage. Third band is, that's where the problem starts to become. First 2 are easy to detect. Third band is sitting like this, doing nothing. He's not on Facebook, YouTube. It's very hard to detect whether he's doing the things or not. He may not even be following the process. He has to call the manager, right? He'll call. It will go to the voicemail. He'll say, "All right, that's fine. Nobody cares." Like we have a thing here. When you guys don't respond to the call of Sarita, she's supposed to send you an SMS right away, not just send an SMS saying that. Let's say she made a call to you guys. You need to be here by 8, right? So she could, if you didn't pick the call, she was supposed to actually send you an SMS as well right away. Right? It's very easy, but people just don't follow the process. This third band has multiple flavors. The worst is they just don't even follow the process. Fourth band. Some people are working very hard and diligently, but they are not able to understand the process. They follow the process, but they don't understand the why. Why do we do this? So you're supposed to ask a lot of questions, only then you can get the answer to why. Right? Fifth band is where I see you guys performing. I call it high performance band. You're basically high availability. In telecalling job, you can take any kind of leave. Doesn't matter. But let's say in case of, I give you the example of a real estate guy who's selling plots. Again, direct sale example.
Yes.
They may not be paid very well, but they are definitely doing much better job than the telecallers because they are in direct sales. The client says, I want to come at 12 o'clock. They cannot say that's my lunchtime.
Yes.
So do we have no lunchtime? I'm trying to pass that idea. No, that's not my point. The point is you guys figure out how to better tune your day. But don't think you come at 8 o'clock and leave at 6 o'clock because it's not clerical or telesales job.
Yes.
At the end of the day, do you think you'll be free by 6 o'clock? I think you'll be free out of that 10 hours, you'll be free for 5 hours, and probably you'll be free at 4 o'clock itself. Once you're in the high performance band, you'll yourself see when to make the client call, and when to expect the client call. But at the end of the day, the client says, can I meet you at 5 o'clock? Can I meet you after 2 hours? You make your calculation 7 o'clock. Yes, I can. Answer should be yes, I can. There is no way to say no. Has it happened with you, with Adish in the last 10 days? No. With Nilesh in the last 15 days? No. It doesn't happen. But you should be ready. Okay? I'm not saying, it's gonna happen all the time. It never happens. Typically, high performing person works 3 times less than you and closes many more sales than you will ever do. You will yourself see. It doesn't require that much effort. Because at the end of the day, one call, one submission, and one thing can yield the result.
Yes.
Right? At the end of the day, that's exactly what it means, right? Right? And that's exactly it starts happening afterwards. Out of 30 or odd things that I would tell you to do, you will see, these are the 5 things which basically yield results, and you will just do those, and I'm fine once you close. One of the things that I'll be totally fine about is not coming to the office. You work from Nainital, from your home, I don't care. You take the laptop with you and the stick with you and close the sales. Once you're in that band, you do whatever you want. We don't care. You work from here, you work from wherever. This whole setup is needed to get you through this whole process to the 5th band quickly. Once you reach the 5th band, trust me, whether you're doing MBA or MS or MTech, or I don't know what, or MTech or what are the degrees here, MCOM, MMC, you will never be paid enough to satisfy you. Once you start making lakh rupee a month, you will never be satisfied with 25,000, whether it is the dream job that you have been pursuing all your life. You do MBA, we have hired MBAs for this job, we have never been satisfied. They stop somewhere here. MBAs are more professional, but they stop putting effort. You need to put effort, you need to engage the client. There is no way I can see the quality of the call that you're talking to the client. You call the client, hello, Mercedes leni hai? Nahi leni. Chalo, koi baat nahi. Just, you tell them, excuse me, sir. So yesterday, I want to see, what is the reason why you change your mind. So there is a huge engagement process. No, there is no such thing. It's just that I think Mercedes is not the right car for me. What made you think so, sir? 100,000 ke baad wo kharab ho jati hai. No, sir, it's not like that. Let me talk about it. Explain. कल को एक naukri.com नहीं monster.com की लड़की यहाँ पे आई थी. मैंने 10-15 उसको आंसर दिए कि मुझे गलत लगता है monster.com में. She had the answer of everything. She hardly spent 15 minutes here in front of me. She came maybe 20 minutes by bike or whatever, then she was here for just 20 minutes and then she left. She answered every damn question of mine. You'll be spending just this 20 minutes. She was not able to close the sale. We have a huge lead qualification process. You won't be getting unnecessary leads. You'll get only those leads which can be closed. You'll be able to close those also. Very easily. It's very easy to close this. The only thing is you need to be persistent. You cannot leave. You cannot say, यार छोड़ो सवेरे वहाँ जाना है चलो वहीं चलेंगे अब क्या है यहाँ तो काम चलता जा रहा है ऐसे नहीं चलेगा बस ये फंडा. High intelligence. It requires some level of intelligence because see, we all have seen Mercedes, and Mercedes has only 3 main models: S class, E class, C. I'm not a Mercedes salesman, still I know. Then what are the horsepower of each one of those and what are the features involved? We can all learn in one day. But in case of Seagull, you need to really understand there are different flavors of Seagull, there are different things. So you have to understand. Second thing is, people, it's a little bit high intelligence back. You need to manifest a certain level of intelligence. High energy. It's high energy. If you're thinking, बैठे बैठे काम हो जाएगा, मतलब होगा तो बैठे बैठे काम, but that will not work. You need to be high energy. Sometimes people apply. When they come in, you can feel they are not high energy people. They are sitting like this and talking to me like this. We don't hire them because we know that they are not high energy people. We need high energy people. High quality. Every call you make, every time you talk, you are not teleselling. If you lose the client, Next client is just the next item on the yellow pages. Here in our case, you lose the client, you have really pretty much nullified about 15 days of your work. Right? So every call that you make has to have a lot of conviction from your side and you have to engage them properly. That's what we call as high quality. So you need to do that very well. Alright? So now, out of all the people that I'm hiring now, one of the things I've always seen is they have to be thorough professionals. See, I face certain issues. When I first time hired a lot of people last year, I did not know what to hire. Anybody who was ready to work at 6,000-7,000 was my main criteria. Anybody who can speak English and work at 7,000 was my main criteria. No experience needed, no nothing needed. Now I need at least some experience in some good field. Even if it's not in BPO, the guy should be having some experience in his own field. Right? If he has BPO experience, okay, well and good. But then I completely ask them to change their mindset from BPO mindset to this proper thing. You are setting a career. It's not telesales. You're setting up a career. If you, as I said, if you really do this job very well, and you go to Infosys and tell them, you have been working as an account manager for 5 years, and you know different things about it, you'll be really touted as a very thorough professional. Right? Right? So other thing is degree. Degree doesn't matter in sales. Right? So I'm just telling you, like I made some mistakes, I've learned from them, and now I'm sitting in front of some really thorough professionals who want to make this as a career, and that's the whole thing. Last but not the least,